So what's up YouTube? Welcome back to AmbitionZ VapeR. Today we're going to be looking at the MVP4 by Innokin with the Scion tank, however you like to pronounce it. It's their first high wattage sub-ohm tank. Let's take a look at it. So this was sent to me from Innokin for the purpose of this review. Thank you very much. It will not change my opinion of this kit. This is called the Express Kit. Comes with the Scion sub-ohm tank and the MVP4 box mod. It's a 100-watt box mod. It does stainless steel, nickel, titanium, wattage mode. You can adjust your watts up to 100 watts in temperature control mode. And it's a 4,500 milliamp hour internal LiPo battery with 2 amp fast charging and pass-through capabilities. Yes, this bad boy is a nice one for sure. Sub-ohm tank that comes with it has a different coil head. It's a 0.5 ohm, and if you buy the Scion tank by itself, it does come with a 0.28 ohm coils that go up from 100 to 200 watts. I do have one of those that we're going to look at. And we're also going to be reviewing Unicorn Cakes e-liquid by supposedly Vape Breakfast Classics. I have it at 85 watts. This coil head is capable from 70 to 110. I'm actually going to bump it up to 100. Really nice kit, guys. Innokin's first high wattage sub-ohm tank. Great box mod. So what we're going to do in this review, guys, is we're going to dive down. I'm going to show you both of these. I have the black version of the MVP4 as well. Show you both colors, go through the menu system, give you all the additional specs. We're going to come back up top. We're going to vape on it, talk on it, pros and cons. Final thoughts. If a mugger stole my book bag and this was in it, would I go out and buy it? I'll let you know how much they are, where you can find them. And we'll get out of here like usual, squad. Let's dive down and check out the MVP4 Express Kit with the Scion tank. 6 to 100 watts. Huh, hell yeah. 4,500 milliamp hours. True 4,500 milliamp hours. And it's 2 amp quick charging. Yes. So it's going to come in red, teal, blue, gray, and black. By Innokin. 150 to 315 Celsius, 3 to 600 degrees Fahrenheit, real 4,500 milliamp hours. Temperature control is stainless steel, nickel, and titanium. Total TC dry hit prevention. Ultra fast, 0.2 seconds from click to vapor. That's the response time of hitting the fire button. Variable ramp up wattage pre-boost. High quality stainless steel 510 threading. Got a nice little scratch and sniff. It's going to say MVP4 vaporizer and power bank. You're going to get your MVP4, which we'll look at in a second. Pull tab. Inside you'll get an MVP4 user manual. Very in-depth user manual. You get some stickers. And inside here you will get micro USB cord for charging. You get the Scion tank. 0.5 ohm Canthal, 70 to 110 watts. Additional glass piece, and inside of the glass you get an additional coil head, and these are what the coil heads look like. So it says 0.5 Canthal, 70 to 110 watts. You got nice juice flow control, juice channels. Okay, it says Innokin Scion. It's a triple coil. Very nice. Alright. And also you'll get a vape band to put on the tank. And you get an additional bag of O-rings. So here we have I have the silver and the black version. The Scion tank will come black with both versions. Okay. Let's take a look at the MVP4 silver version first. Okay. Gold plated 510 connection. It is a very nice, firm 510 connection. Stainless steel accent on the outside. Then it looks like it is a shiny, polished aluminum black top with the silver accent. As you can see, it's a nice, shiny, metallic silver finish. You have the fire button, wattage down, wattage up. You have the micro USB port on the bottom and the front. Okay. That's the bottom of the box mod. All right. Very clean. On the other side it says Innokin. As you can see. 1, 2, 3 turns it on. It says Innokin. It's just like the menu systems on the other ones. You have to hold the button. It will blink. And then it goes by 0.5 watt increments, which I like. Goes up to 100 watts. Plus and minus is the puff counter. And you hold it, it flips the screen. Firing the wattage up. Goes to nickel. You hold down again. And you can go up to 600 degrees Fahrenheit. Round robins, once you click it, and it goes to 315 Celsius. Firing the wattage down. You can adjust the wattage in temperature control mode. Firing the wattage up. It's going to go to titanium. Then it's going to go to stainless steel. 3 clicks will shut it off. 3 clicks will turn it on. That indicates your battery life. Green for good. Yellow for not so good. Red for dead. Alright. You have your battery indicator. Your second counter. Your wattage. Your temperature. The mode that you're in. It goes off kind of fast. And then you'll have your ohms. And then it goes back to wattage mode. This uses the Atheon chipset. Microchip, and it supports stainless steel 316L. Anti-dry hit technologies and integrated charging, overheat and safety protections. The pre-boost that they were talking about is just simply the adjusting the temperature in temperature control mode. So if I go like this, firing the wattage down, and that blinks, that's the preheat adjustment boost that they're talking about. Okay, it's just you're able to adjust your watts in temperature control mode. Very simplistic menu system. If you know Innokin's products, you're going to be very familiar with the MVP4. Okay, and this is the black version of the MVP4 with the Scion tank on top. So the Scion tank, let's go over that now. It's top fill design. All right. Stainless steel, extra glass, okay, 3.5 mLs of e-liquid that it holds. It comes with 2.28 ohm coils. Recommended wattage is 100 to 200 watts. So this is a high wattage sub-ohm tank, guys. Definitely a high wattage sub-ohm tank, all right? Now it says 2.28, and that is a 0.5. It says 2.28 ohm coils, recommended wattage, 100 to 200 watts. All right, so that's really cool that they came out with a high wattage sub-ohm tank. I was waiting for them to do that. All right, it says Innokin up top. It's got adjustable airflow. It stops. It doesn't continuously spin. Whatever you do to that side, it will do it to the other side. All right. On the bottom, it's nice and clean. It is not, do not use it on a hybrid, okay? That is not made for a hybrid whatsoever. Then you have this drip tip. So you turn the drip tip, okay, and that's how you fill it. Small amount of threads on the drip tip, all right? So I don't think you'll have any issues having threading issues or anything like that. You can just pop that glass off like so, okay? And then you can replace the glass if needed. Okay, a little bit of a conical design in there. Good threads, all right? Pop that off. That's the inside of the sub-ohm tank. All right, and this is the other coil head. 0.5, 70 to 110 watts. Okay. If you buy the tank by itself, it's going to come with a band in here. All right. Additional glass, 2 sub-ohm tanks, coil heads, and then the sub-ohm tank. And yes, this one is a 0.28, 100, 200 watts. And that's a 0.28, 100, 200 watts. So if you want to buy the Scion tank by itself, you can, and it goes up to higher wattage. And that's what that coil head looks like. It's a dual parallel. It's definitely different. Okay, it's a Scion 0.28, 100, 200 watts. It's just a bigger, wider diameter style coil head. Okay. When you put on a new atomizer, it also shows same nickel it gives you the option. That is next to the RX 300 by Wismec. That is next to the Boss 3000 DNA 200 by Vaporized Nomad. That is next to the Boss 3000 version 3 XL edition by Vaporized Nomad. That is next to the Predator 228 by Wismec Dual 18650. That is next to the eLeaf QC 200 watt internal 5000 mAh LiPo battery box mod. That is next to Smoke's GX 350 quad 18650 box mod. That is next to the Cubioid 150 200 watt Dual 18650. That is next to Lost Vapes Square E-Square 60 watt DNA 60 Dual 18650. That is next to Innokin's Cortex 80 watt. That is next to Innokin's Coolfire 4 TC 100. That is next to Innokin's Disruptor box mod. I'm also going to be reviewing this new e-liquid from Vape Breakfast Classics. It's called Unicorn Cakes. Very unique flavor. It's 3 30 ml bottles, so it's a 90 ml package. 0, 3, and 6 milligrams of nicotine. I love the distributed by Awesome Flavors LLC. Alright, and that's what we're going to be using. It's like a blueberry pancake. Let's go back up top. Let's vape on it, talk on it, pros and cons. Final thoughts. See you guys in a minute. So we're back from the close-up, guys, on the MVP4 Express Kit with the Scion tank by Innokin. I think Innokin did a phenomenal job on this setup. It's one of the first devices, like you guys remember the MVP3. Well, this is a nice MVP4, 100 watts. It's true 100 watts, most definitely. 4,500 milliamp hours. True milliamp hours. Great battery life on this. This does have pretty good battery life, man, for sure. It's pretty similar to the eLeaf QC 200 watt battery life, except this is half the wattage and 500 less milliamp hours than this. So half the wattage, but almost the same battery life as this bad boy. So you're going to get plenty of battery life on this bad boy for sure. I'm going to go over some cons first. The bottom 2 buttons rattle. All right. The fire button does not rattle, but the bottom 2, they rattle. Okay, so that's a con. I think the wattage up and wattage down buttons are a little bit too small. They have plenty of real estate on there. And I kind of wish that they made those wattage up and wattage down buttons a little bit bigger. The fire button does light up. Green for full. Yellow for getting low. You know, halfway, getting low. And then red is you got to charge it, all right? And I like how the fire button does that. It's 93.7 millimeters tall, 46 millimeters wide. It's 23.8 millimeters thick. So your 24 millimeters might be, well, this is a 24 millimeter, and there's a little bit of overhang, which I thought was kind of weird. You know, the Scion tank's supposed to go with the MVP4, and it's got a little bit of overhang on the device. So I do wish they made the box mod like 24 millimeters thick, just a little bit thicker, and it would have went a long way. So that's going to be a con. All right. Another con is that there's a little bit of space between the 510 atomizer and the tank atomizer. There's a little bit of a gap in between. This one has a little bit of a gap as well. This is the Serpent IDTA. Little bit, you might not see it, but I do. There's a little bit of a gap. That could be because they don't want you to scratch up the atomizer or the top of the box mod. The screen. The screen is kind of, it's not really a con. It's a subjective thing, but the screen's kind of just like basic. You know, I kind of wish they maybe did something a little bit more intricate or made it a little bit more different. You know, not really a con, but now let's go over a bunch of pros. Pro number 1, it's got 2 amp fast charging. Pro number 2, it's got great battery life. Pro number 3, it does all your TC, besides TCR, and you can go up to 100 watts in all those modes. So that's a pro. Pass-through capabilities, that's a pro. Good 510, it's a nice firm 510. There's a USB connection on the back, and there's a micro USB connection in the front. So pass-through capabilities, you can charge other things if you'd like. And it's made out of zinc alloy. I didn't know if I told you that or not, but it's definitely made out of zinc alloy. It feels nice in the hand, very comfortable, very light. It weighs 241 grams in weight with the tank, just the way it is. 241 grams in weight. It has a minimum resistance of 0.1, so that's a pro. And that USB port on the back is to charge your mobile device. Okay, so that's a pro as well, just like the MVP3. They use the same chip as the other products that they've come out with that I've reviewed. If you like those chips, you're definitely going to enjoy this. So how's the tank? Really, how's the tank? How's the flavor? How's the vapor production on the 0.5? And then I also have the Scion tank on the other one with the 0.28 ohm coil that says it goes 100 to 200 watts. So I have the Scion tank, 0.5 ohm that goes up to 110 watts. I have it at 100 watts. It shows up as a 0.48. It's a vape. Great performing sub-ohm tank, guys. I really, really enjoy this sub-ohm tank. It's a great flavor, great performer. It doesn't, I don't know how to explain it, but it kind of reminds me, it vapes like the Aspire Cledo 120. It vapes very similar to that, like the vape off of it. Like at 100 watts, it vapes great. I'm going to turn down the wattage to let you guys know how it vapes down there. 70 watts. Pretty nice at the 70 watts. I like it anywhere from like 85 to 100. I think it really kicks in around there. I got it at 100 watts, the max on this, and it vapes great. Great flavor, no spitback, no dry hits. This thing vapes tremendous. It really does. I think it's the best tank that Innokin ever made, to be honest with you guys. I really, really enjoy this tank. Top fill design. It gets a little bit hot if you're vaping at 100 watts. Not too hot, though. I've been chaining it, and it's a little bit warm, but it's doable. So, doesn't really get that hot. That's a pro. Good draw on it. It's definitely not too restrictive, and it's not too airy. It's got like a nice, I think it's the perfect draw on a sub-ohm tank, to believe it or not. The fire button is extremely responsive. You hit that fire button, it fires. Ready? Fire. It immediately fires, which I think Innokin did a phenomenal job on that as well. In this Unicorn Cakes e-liquid, it's a 330 ml bottles, which equals 90 mLs. I'll put a link in the description to this stuff as well. It's like a blueberry pancake. It's phenomenal. I really, really like this stuff. It's a little bit sweet. It's not overpowering. It's got a nice base to it. I love this stuff. Is phenomenal, man. Most definitely. Unicorn Cakes, man. Really, really good e-liquid. 0, 3, and 6 milligrams of nicotine. It's an 80-20 VGPG ratio. And I think for this, it costs roughly around like $25 or something like that for 90 mLs. So that's really good. Great tank. Great box mod. It gets, if you chain vape at the high wattage, it's going to get warm. You know, if you push a box mod to its limits and you vape, you know, chain vape it at that limit, anything's going to get hot, you know? But I like how the tank can go 10 watts higher than the box mod. So you got some room that it's not going to dry hit, you know? So now I have the Scion tank with the 0.28 ohm Canthal coil. These, I kind of wish they came with a stainless steel coil as well, because it is a TC box mod, you know, but it's all good and dandy. I like power mode anyway, so it's not a con to me, but it might be some cons to people that like TC, okay? I got this one at 110 watts, all right? It's showing up as a 0.3 ohm, 0.28, pretty damn close. Let's have a vape. That's on the low spectrum of what this coil can do, and it's got some good flavor. So I'm going to bump it up. 130 watts. It's vaping nice, no dry hits, no spit back. 150 watts. It's keeping up with the wicking. 200 watts. It could do the 200 watts. It's hot as hell. Not that hot. Actually, not that. It's hot, but I think 200 watts on this is just too much. I think it's nice around the 100 to 150 is a nice sweet spot for these coil heads on this sub-ohm tank. But I really like the 0.5 at 100 watts, man. You can find the MVP4 kit or box mod at Innokin.com. Link on screen in description. That's where it's sent from. That you can find it. Now, you can also find it at VapeR DNA. I'll put a link in the description to there as well. It's like $54.99 for the box mod. For the kit, I've seen it on some websites for like 60, 65 bucks. Somewhere in that range. I think the retail, you know, how they always have like a retail price and then it says knocked off and then they give you like it seems like a good deal price. When it's really, that's probably like the price. It was like 85 bucks. They knocked it down. It was like 65 bucks or something like that. So $85, no. I wouldn't recommend this for $85. I think that's a little bit too pricey for this. But for 60, 65 bucks, it's definitely worth it. Think about it like you're paying $30 for the box mod and $30 for the sub-ohm tank. That's a good way to look at it. Or you're paying like 40 bucks for the box mod and 20 bucks for the sub-ohm tank. Either way, I think it's a good price. 50, 55 bucks for the box mod itself is a good price point. If a mugger stole my book bag and I was on train and this was in it, I would go out and buy it. If I was looking for a nice starter kit or something to get off the stinkies and I wanted some wattage, I wish these were out when I was getting off the stinkies, you know? Or you want something to kick around, you want a backup device to take to work, you know, this would be another good backup device. You know, if you have a really nice like Boss 3000 or a really expensive mod and you don't want to take it out to work, this is a good one to bring. And if your battery, or I mean if your phone dies, you can always plug in USB and charge it. You know, I thought that was cool. I like how they have the USB port on one side and then the micro USB port on the other side. So you can charge this and charge other things, and it has pass-through. I think it's a great mod. I think Innokin did a pretty damn good job at it. That's what I got for you today, squad. I hope you found the video helpful or informative. If you did, leave a like and subscribe. Comment down below if you have any additional questions or concerns regarding the MVP4 or the sub-ohm tank or anything else for that matter. I do give you content daily, 1080p, 60 frames a second. Don't waste your bandwidth not being subscribed to the channel. Remember, squad, stay juiced up. I'll catch you on the next one. Peace.